So we'll be discussing about full stack development with Django. So these are the topics we'll be seeing. Full stack development. What is the need of full stack development? What do you mean by Django MVT framework? Django features and application, installation instruction, project and app, development of Django apps. So let us see what do you mean by full stack development with Django. So basically, whenever we go with respect to web application, either it will be with respect to the front end or the back end. That means the basic two job role that we come across the web application is a front end and the back end. But when we go with respect to full stack development, it indicates it's a combination of both the front end development as well as the back end development. So the full stack developer can play many roles. Front end developer, he can act as a back end developer. It can be used. It means he can use for it can be play important role in database connection, and it can be used in DevOps, and it can be used for mobile application development also. And these are nothing but the different types of languages that has been used with respect to each and every field. For example, in front-end development, we are going to use CSS, JS, and SPA. And in backend, we are going to use Python, Node.js, PHP. And database, we are going to use MySQL, SQLite, MongoDB. And DevOps, we are going to use CI, CD, AWS. And mobile application, we will be using about hybrid apps, iOS, and then Android. Next is, what is the definition of full stack development? As I already discussed, full stack development refers to the development of both a front end and a back end portion of web application. It means both the front end as well as what the back end side the developer will be working here. There are different types of stacks there. One is mean stack, other one is MERN stack, Django stack, Rails or Ruby on Rails, and LAMP stack. So we will see what exactly it means there. So in mean stack, it is with respect to MongoDB and Express, AngularJS and Node.js. These are the languages that we'll be using there. In MERN stack, we'll be using MongoDB for database connection, Express, React.js and Node.js for front end as well as the back end. Django, we are going to use basically the Django framework. We are going to use Python for both front end and back end. And for database, we are going to use MySQL as database here. Rails or Ruby on Rails, we are going to use HTML, Ruby Rails and MySQL here. And for LAMP stack, Linux, Apache, MySQL and PHP are going to use. So in the mean stack, as I already told you people, we are going to use different language supporting for the development of the web application there. In MongoDB, as I told, it is a NoSQL database. It is very flexible and it is going to use JSON format here, and it is a schema less here, and it is easier, scalable and adaptable. And in Express.js, it is a framework for Node.js, and it is going to provide many features for building web and mobile applications. And it is going to use and various APIs are used for handling HTTP request and response. AngularJS is a front-end JavaScript framework which is maintained by Google. It is a single-page web application. It is used for data binding, dependency injection and modelization. And Node.js, it's a server-side JavaScript runtime environment, basically it is going to run on JavaScript code here, and it is basically used with respect to the IO operations. And MERN stack, here also we are going to use MongoDB, and then that is Express.js, and React.js is a front-end Java script language which is developed by Facebook, when it is also a single page application, and we are going to use Node.js. LAMP stack, we are going to use Linux as an operating system. Apache web server we are going to use, MySQL as a database, and PHP. Perl, we are going to use a server-side scripting language here. And we are going to use WAMP stack, where the Windows is nothing but operating system. Apache, MySQL and Perl we are going to use. There are different front-end technologies that has been used. There is HTML, which is used for structuring the web pages, and CSS for the styling. JavaScript, it is basically a programming language which is used for what, controlling the activities of your web pages. And we are going to use front-end frameworks or libraries such as React.js, Angular, Vue, and different types of interfaces. Backend technologies, we are going to use server-side languages like JavaScript, Python, Ruby, Java, C#. And database, we are going to use MySQL, MongoDB, Firebase, and web servers like Apache, Linux, IIS, Tomcat, and Caddy for handling HTTP request. And we are going to use different integrated IDEs, that is integrated development environment like Visual Studio, Sublime Text, Atom. And we are going to use different command line tools, packages like npm for Node.js, pip for Python. And there are different advantages of using full stack development with respect to Django. It saves time and money. And then rapid development, don't repeat yourself, rounded solutions, great exposure, complete ownership, great opportunity with more languages, built-in database. As we already know that, so since the Django is nothing but it is an inbuilt framework, everything is inbuilt, just a piece of code we have to write according to our requirement for development of our application. And since we are going to use Django with Python is a versatile language which can be used for various domains like artificial intelligence, machine learning, IoT. And this, because of all this thing, it is having great exposure and it's providing a rounded solution for each and every field. And since full stack is a combination of both front end and back end, here the single person is responsible for everything. He is going to acquire the ownership, and it is providing great opportunity and exposure. So to learn or to integrate your Django with respect to what different other domains. These are nothing but what different advantages of using full stack. And coming with respect to career opportunities, as I already told, you can use as full stack web developer, front end web developer, back end, UI UX, mobile app developer there. And this is the salaries across that is around the world. You can go through it. Full stack as WordPress developer, what is the salary? As JavaScript, PHP, full stack as Ruby on Rails, Python developer or Java developer, what is the salary that you make it? Once again, same thing. So this is about what the introduction with respect to what the full stack.